If you're a modern content creator or filmmaker of any kind, then you probably own something like this, a wireless lavalier microphone. And while there are all sorts of different brands and different models of these microphones, a lot of them tailored to different services. Specifically with this Hollyland Lark Max, which is my go-to, this is a one receiver, one transceiver kit that I got that I use for most of my videos because it's really high quality, it's built to last, and I can rely on it. But what happens when you have multiple people in multiple places that you need to record all at once and you only have one input on your camera? Well, this is where Comica comes in, and they sent me their 4 total microphone kit, the Vimo Q wireless lav kit. And today we're going to be taking a look at that, doing some testing, and see if it's at all any good. It comes with 1 transceiver, 4 microphones, a lot of cool features, and I can't wait to see what this has in store. Maybe it'll be your next buy. All right, now let's talk about something that's actually kind of important, and that's build quality. So the case that this comes in is actually quite nice. It's like a fake leather, soft / hard shell case. You know, one of those cases that's kind of in between. It's soft, but it's also hard. And it's got a nice strap here, and the zipper actually is pretty nice. So on the outside, the case is really nice. On the inside, it's also presented really well. You got a nice net to keep all the accessories and everything. That's really nice with some Velcro. And then everything right here is the main course. When it comes to both the receiver and the transmitter, they're all plastic. Minus the magnets that are on the back of these for attaching into the case so it can charge. These are basically entirely plastic, like all plastic, nothing metal about these whatsoever. Maybe this little cover here is maybe metal, but I almost feel like it's just metallic painted plastic. Yeah, so this whole thing is plastic. Do I think for $250 at this time that this is what I would expect of this? Not necessarily, because my Hollyland Lark Max is probably in that same price range, and even though that's kind of a plasticky build as well, it feels a lot more premium. But that being said, if this is a kit that you're just going to kind of throw around anyway, plastic can last, and at least you're not worried about a really nice thing being ruined. These are kind of just middle of the road, and yeah, they're plastic, they might break, but if one breaks, at least you got 3 more, I guess, unless you absolutely need 4 all the time. But again, entirely plastic. The clips are plastic, the screen is plastic, the buttons are plastic, everything is plastic. And you know, don't let that completely stop you, but just so you're aware, for the money you're spending, the devices that you so preciously depend on to give you good audio are all plastic. So take that as you will. So this is my first initial test of the Comica Vimo Q wireless mic setup, and as you can see, there are 3 more microphones here in the case. Obviously the wireless receiver that's plugged into my camera and the microphone that's in my hand are missing out of the case, but this is the first inaugural test of the audio quality of this microphone when I'm holding it out in front of me. This is usually how I like to do more personal, talking straight to you style videos where I don't really care about hiding this thing whatsoever. Now, I have the Dead Cat windscreen on it as well, just because it cuts out some plosives and breathy sounds, and this is how it sounds. I actually haven't heard anything from it yet. This is literally the first piece of recorded history of me using this microphone. Alright, so this is going to be the distance test, and I'm going to face the same way this entire time, because if I turn the other way, my body interrupts the signal, it starts cutting out. So we don't want to test that. We know a lot of microphones have issues with that, but we're going to run through going this far, backing up as much as I possibly can so that we can see how it actually works in the distance. Now, hopefully by now you can still hear me, but I don't really know. So hopefully it's working out as well as I hoped it would. And if you need to get farther than this, I would be very, very, very surprised. So this is a pretty good distance away. Hopefully it's at the point. All right, and this is going to be the noise cancellation test. I now have it turned on, and I'm outside in an area that is like an open field. It's full of wind. There's just gusting wind all over the place. So hopefully this noise cancellation along with the dead cat on the microphone itself is actually going to cut out most of that wind noise, but it's possible that it doesn't if this thing doesn't work very well. But hopefully the case is that it does work well. And if you're ever in an environment outside like this where it's super windy, you can kind of mitigate that as much as you might need. If there's any other background noise, hopefully the noise cancellation will help to cut that out. But there's even some geese flying right up ahead. Okay, now let's get to the good stuff, the nitty-gritty stuff, and the deep, hard cuts that you want to know. I've tried recording this outro a few times now, and I've just rambled on for too long. So I'm going to cut it down into the simple pieces that you need. So, is this kit the right choice for you? You need to ask yourself, are you willing to sacrifice a bit of quality in both the audio and build quality of a product for the quantity of having 4 microphones in this kit? That's the biggest question you're going to have to ask yourself with this kit. Does it have decent quality audio? Yes, it's just decent. It's nothing spectacular. It's middle of the road. It's very mid, but it's usable. It's better than your on-camera mic. Is the build quality the greatest in the world? Heck no. It's a lot of plastic. You saw me go over it earlier. It's cheaply made. You just have to accept that at a certain point if you want quantity, right? These are the questions and things you have to rattle in your head to justify something like this. Do I think for the right person who is looking to maybe record a podcast or something with this and get it all on one camera, all the audio recorded onto one recording device of some kind? Is it the right fit for you with that situation? Yeah, it very well could be. Would I recommend going out and buying 4 Hollyland Lark Maxes like I'm using right now and spend $500-$600 for that just for the sake of it? Hey, if you got the money for it, then be my guest. I love these microphones. But if you're on a budget and you need 4 microphones, this is a hell of a deal. I'm not going to lie. And now I'm not going to sit here and be like, hey, go click my link down in the description because it gives me a kickback and I make a commission. Even though there is going to be a link and I do make a commission off of it, it helps support the channel. I'm not going to lie to you and force feed and say that this is the greatest product in the world. It's very middle of the road. Nothing spectacular, nothing terrible. It's like a 7 out of 10. But it feeds a very specific necessity for people. And that, I think, is the podcast, multiple people interview world. So if that's something that you do a lot of, and I mean a lot, and you need 4 microphones to do whatever kind of content it is that you do, this is a really good deal. I've dealt with Comica for many years through different channels and different routes. They consistently make pretty good products. Not amazing, but pretty good. So, $200 to $250 for a complete wireless lav system with 4 microphones that all have noise cancellation and a few other bells and whistles. Is it worth it? Yeah, I think if you're on a budget and that's something you're looking for, make the buy. You could always return it if you don't like it. And that is my shortened version of the outro that I've taken 5 or 6 times to record now, so thank you for bearing with me through that. Again, it's not the greatest in the world, but it's pretty good. So if this is something that you're looking for and this fits your specific need, I say go for it. Again, you could always return it. I will always recommend my Hollyland Lark Max for the individual or maybe 2 people that like to record themselves like I do, because this thing is just amazing. But that's unfair to compare everything to it because this is also a great kit. So is it the right kit for you? That's a question you're gonna have to answer for yourself and give it a shot. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, the link to this product is down in the description. And thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful for you. And let me know if there's any other products you would like me to test out and review to get my honest opinion about. Stay creative, my friends. I will see you in the next one.